Mr. Mandona Patrick, a lecturer under the Heavy Equipment Engineering section, which is a section under the Automotive Department, Northern Technical College. I joined Nortec around 2012, and at that time, all the facilities that were there were under the Nortec management. Then later on, around 2014, 15, the project came in. So there have been a complete overhaul of the facilities, the workshop, the labs, and immediately the labs and the facilities, the training equipment were changed. Training changed. Everything has changed. There is a great improvement. In the first place, we look at the staff development. Yeah. Most of the knowledge that I came with here depended on the experience that I had. Because at the time I was doing my own training, we are being trained in old technology, because that was the technology that was available then in our institutions. Then from my experience, I got the experience from the mines. Now, that was the experience that I was using to do the training. But after this project came in, there have been staff development, where we also have been developed as trainers, and we have been raised to the standard that meets today's modern technology, the expectation of the industry. So we are now at par with the modern technology, and as such, what I can say is that this project has raised the standard of the trainers, which is translated into the trainees. Because once the trainers' standards have been raised, it means that the trainees will also receive that best practices. At the moment, I cannot say much about things to be changed, because we have already been changing from our old mode of delivery to the new modes of delivery. So on the change, I can say we are already changing. I think I can say on improvement. On improvement, what I can say is just to look at the infrastructure. Yeah, the demand for improved standards of education is not meeting the infrastructure. By that I mean that what we have, already you can see what is behind me here. There is too much compared to the infrastructure. Meaning that if this facility that we have, which is the state-of-the-art equipment, it requires bigger space. We need to space them. Each of these components is supposed to have its own space, okay? Its own space with its own stand, so that you can accommodate as many students as possible without struggling for one equipment. Because if we do not expand in infrastructure, then we are going to have most of the equipment idling for some time because of the limited space. And again, the demand for this kind of education and technology, because the number of students and the infrastructure cannot match. So what can be improved is expansion in the infrastructure, so that all the training equipment that we have can be placed in appropriate places, and that can help in student to equipment ratio, because there should be a standard ratio of students per particular project. And this room cannot contain the type of training materials that we have at the moment. This program is relevant to the current technological advancements that we have out there in the industry, because You know, we have concentrated much on academic programs where students are trained, come out, graduates with good papers. But when it comes to the hands-on, to the field practice, you find that there is a small gap. So this diploma is relevant because it is training or equipping the graduates to be able to fit into the actual industry with all the best practices that an industry expects. So this is the best. And in my own view, all the programs that are offered under technical or TVET, in my own view, I would be happy that all the programs were tailored that like the heavy equipment engineering diploma. That will do a lot, and the industry will stop complaining about half-baked students because they will be equal to the task immediately they leave the college. Yeah, under the Trainer of Trainers program, which started around 2015, there have been quite a good number of training programs that have gone in. There have been training programs in South Africa. The first training program was on transmissions, which are the planetary type of transmissions used on Volvo dump trucks and some Volvo highway trucks. Then there was another training in South Africa under Festo, which was also dealing with mobile equipment. There also another training program again in South Africa under Babco, which was dealing with excavator, a hydraulic excavator, a complete training from operation, function, diagnosis and troubleshooting. That is South Africa. Then locally here in Zambia, we have had training programs under Sandvik in basic electrohydraulics, advanced electrohydraulics, and also the training program based on the drill rig, the Sandvik hydraulic drill rigs, which was a specialized training program. Then again, we have had a lot of training programs locally here, which the trainers are coming from all over the world, from America, from Europe, to come and train on hydraulics, electrical, engines, transmissions, and all these are Volvo equipment which have been provided. Each of the pieces of equipment that is here, the trainer has come in to commission after training the trainer of trainers. Then again, we'll have had training programs on e-learning, which is electronic learning, Festo, which was quite a comprehensive training program. Then there is also the Volvo CE training program, which has covered a wide range of mobile equipment training. Then there has also been a training in Bosch Lexroth, also which has taken about mobile hydraulics training. So all these trainings have taken place, and this has really helped to improve the skills of the trainers. Somehow, but the facilities were not as available as they are now. There were limited facilities. So I wouldn't say we use them because the facilities were limited as compared to now when the facilities are quite a lot. And even the students are now coming to terms with the reality of digital delivery of the lessons. On that one, I will just refer to what I am privileged to teach, because we are many trainers, and each trainer is given a module to teach. And from the time the project came in, I have been privileged to take in electricals, 1 and 2, then transmissions and maintenance. So I wouldn't talk about other equipments which haven't been given to teach, but I've been privileged to teach those programs. And the electrical lab is quite equipped, and the teaching is simple because of the facilities that are there, the demonstration, and the simulation that we are able to provide. Then the transmissions, they are also good because when you are teaching transmissions, the Volvo transmission, there is also a process where you are able to download the procedure, give to students, follow step-by-step procedure as you do your teaching and demonstration. So that has made life very easy. You are able to show the students and they're able to follow step by step. And that makes life easy for the trainer because you don't struggle which component I should start with, where do I end, where do I go? Because the manufacturer has provided full information on how to handle the equipment that has been provided. So I think every piece of equipment that has been provided by Volvo is outstanding because you don't struggle to work on it. The engines that we had, we have the Caterpillar, which is also the latest model, but it doesn't come with a manual. Okay? It is there, latest technology, under the Caterpillar products, but it doesn't come with a manual, and it is a scrap that has come, but it is very good technology. But for us to work on it, we have to struggle somewhere because there is no manual to give us the correct guideline. There we have to use experience, okay? And any other training materials that we have had previously, we didn't have standard manuals or manuals provided by the manufacturer. We are using standard Courage manuals because the Courage has come up with the standard worksheets for the services that are done under the department. But what the industry needs, or what the industry has been looking for, is the specific procedures for the specific products, which Volvo has managed to do. Yes, so this is extraordinary because Volvo has provided new engines. If they are old, they are remanufactured and again provided with the manuals and worksheets. So there is a small difference between then and now. Yeah. Yeah, the transmissions that Volvo supplied, we have one type of transmission which is the planetary type of transmission. That one we had already. Okay? But again, we didn't have the manuals. We are using standard no-tech worksheets which have been developed locally. But when Volvo brought in their transmission of the same type, they even provided the worksheet, the standard worksheet according to Volvo procedures of work, and also provided standard training according to Volvo. So that again made a difference. Then for these transmissions, like this one is for the grader, we never had it. This one is for the front-end loader. We had a different version, which is the crack, but we didn't have the manual. So they are special in that there is a manual and a training program of the trainers. So now whatever is taught is to standard. Currently, in Zambia, we are the best. I happen to have met people from Babco. They were able to confess that what we have known, they even have not yet reached there. Though they are the agents of Volvo, but we have surpassed. The information, some of the things we have surpassed them. Because we have had a lot of training within a very short time. And some of the engines that we have, like the Kubota, they are latest engines, which you cannot even find maybe in Zambia. Some of the engines that we have are the Euro 2 engines, which are not yet in Zambia. So we are above, because some of the emission requirements or regulations that are on those engines are not yet in Africa. So we are at international. We are to European standard, not African standard. So no-tech at the moment is at European standard. E-learning has been very good because it is not limited to time. It is not limited to how one is busy, and it has bridged up the barrier. The only problem that we have is it being accepted under the Zambia Qualification Board. If this e-learning can be accepted under the Zambia Qualifications Authority, then it is going to have value. So it is going to have value. So that is the only challenge that we have. Otherwise, the e-learning program is very good, especially for those of us who are already experienced and have industrial practice. So it's very good. The only request is that the Zambia Qualifications Authority, the Higher Education Authority, if they can look into its authenticity and its value to education and accept it and adopt it. Otherwise, so many people will have the access to the technology that is available in the developed world. What I think we expect more is we have done a lot of this hydraulics, we have done much about these mechanical things. I think our great expectation before these projects come to an end is to do more of electronics, because heavy equipment repair or a motor vehicle is one complex piece of equipment that most people have underrated. Some of the heavy equipment repair, they are having even more than 4 computers. And you know that a computer is a complex equipment that needs skill. So if we have to meet the standard the industry needs, as trainers, we need to advance in computer systems. Not general computer or industrial computer, but automotive computer system. So it is our expectation that before the projects come to an end, more is done on electronics and computer software in regard to automotive engineering. The challenges are there in that I never taught electrical in my lifetime. But when the project came in, there was no electrician to take up the course. And I was one of the first person that took up the course with the first cohort team. It is a challenge, which I took, and I think I succeeded. And that has raised my hopes and strengths through that challenge. If I was not challenged, I could have been thinking I cannot handle electrical, auto electrical. I think in summary, I can say that I wish this project can be taken to all parts of Zambia, in all institutions where automotive or automobile engineering training programs are offered. And I wish that if government can take up this challenge, copy from what this project has done, and take it up as a government, since these are government institutions. And I don't think government can fail to provide the things that are there because they have the muscles to do so. Oh, what is required is to take up the challenge and interest to ensure that we improve in as much as any other part of government institution is being improved. Because you are not going to improve service delivery if you cannot improve the training. And skills is a key to every developed nation. Talk of Japan, talk of Malaysia, talk of China. It's the skill that has developed those countries and pushed those countries from low income to higher income classes. Right now, in 2017, I had the privilege to attend the Euroskills, where we watched young men below the age of 24, how they were displaying their skills. And how I wish that Zambia government can emulate for such a gesture, where these facilities that have been provided is supported. And when this project comes to an end, it should not end, but government should take it up to a higher level in all institutions, support it, in terms of replenishment, because training, these things we are going to be breaking them during training because we are teaching people totally ignorant. So unless government puts in deliberate measure to fund this institution so that whatever is getting broken is replenished, otherwise it will be like what we call white elephant, okay? But if it can be supported by government, the way we have already done it, it means that we can do it even better than this. So that is an overview of what I can say. It's a very good program, and if Zambia can continue, we are heading to a successful future. I wish all the industries can come through to Notec, look at the improvements that management and the partners are doing, and see where improvements can be made, or see how it can be supported by companies sponsoring students to this, because that is how it can be sustained. It can be sustained, because without students from industries, then it will be very difficult to sustain the program. So if all the companies can limit on students sent outside and trust that there is local technology within the government institutions, then there will be great improvement. Thank you.